All right, this is the 9th defensive possession of the game, the first one of the second half. Looks like still in a nickel. I don't know that we'll see any base defense from Weber State in this game. Utah State I don't think they ever really run 12 personnel and things like that with less than 3 receivers on the field. So Weber State's probably just not going to run any base defense in this game. Heckard's just killing it out here. Breaking up another pass there. He's a heck of a player. I've heard some BYU folks theorize that Heckard might be the nickel back for BYU. My guess and my take on all of that is that I think that your starting cornerbacks for BYU are going to be Jacob Robinson and Eddie Heckard. If you're in a base defense, they're going to be your outside guys. But I also think that one of those two guys is probably going to be your nickel back. So whenever you go into a nickel, either Heckard or Robinson is going to slide inside, and a guy like Camden Garrett is going to come in and play outside cornerback. And so just depending on the week, if they're in a, from what I've seen and from what I know, I think that regardless, Eddie Heckard and Jacob Robinson are going to be in your starting 11, whether you are in your base defense and they're playing outside cornerback, or whether you're starting in a nickel like we've seen Weber State do here. But I would imagine that one of those two guys, either Robinson or Heckard, is going to play your nickel back. But both those guys can play outside or inside. They've got a lot of versatility, which is a great tool for BYU to have. That nickel inside corner position is incredibly difficult, and so it's awesome that BYU has a couple guys that can play that position. .54 is guarding the tight end. He's the guy that I've really noticed. 54 is the one that I've seen manned up on tight ends. Either him or the strong safety. So kind of like I said in one of the previous videos, I would imagine that is your Sam linebacker. Ben Bywater made some comments in an interview talking about how the Sam in the J Hill defense is going to be a guy that covers linebackers. One of my biggest questions going into fall camp is which of the starting three, the presumed starting three linebackers for me are AJ Vongpachong, Ben Bywater, and Max Tooley. And so one of my biggest questions is which of those guys is middle linebacker? I'm guessing Ben Bywater is probably your middle linebacker. And then who plays the Sam linebacker, who plays off ball a little bit, plays on the ball a little bit, covers tight ends quite a bit, versus who plays the other side linebacker. A lot of defenses will call that linebacker will linebacker. I would imagine that will linebacker will probably be Max Tooley, but we don't know for sure. So that's one of the things I'll be watching for in fall camp. And we have another 3 and out there from this Weber State defense.